Oh no, anxiety creeps up on me. Is this how it's supposed to feel? Tell me when it's over, I got someplace that I gotta be. It won't leave. My friends say, get out of your comfort zone, it's a blessing in disguise. Get out of what you call home, your name is written in the sky. It might feel just like you're on your own, but baby, it's another lie. Remember you were made. I try to work, but it doesn't work. I try to say something, but there's no word. I try to justify my actions, less reactions, heart beat raising. Oh, it doesn't work. Came along, couldn't look away. Somehow you turned my life completely upside down.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. My name is Amanda and I'm so glad you're here. A couple videos back, I decluttered Mom's cabinets. I put a lot of things that were in this cabinet back into her storage closet, and I redid that in a few videos back too. I'll link all those videos below in case you missed those. But I had bought one of these spice racks just to put her spices on so you could see what was in the back, but she had so many that she clearly needed another one. So I found this one at TJ Maxx, and if you're looking for any kind of organization, things like this, check Ross and TJ Maxx first because these were half the price. The little spice holder that steps up your spices was like $11 or $12 at Walmart, and it was $5.99 at TJ Maxx. And I'm clearly upside down right here, but this little turntable was $4.99 at TJ Maxx, and those are like $8 or $9 at Walmart. So always check there first. I wasn't real sure what I was going to do with this little turntable, and she wanted her salt, pepper, toothpicks, that kind of thing on it. So that's what I did with that. And then with this cabinet, I added the other shelf, and it looked so good. It just shows her everything she's got in the back. Things don't get pushed behind and she can't see it, so she'll have to buy more. So now she knows what she's got. Because we're going to organize all this one day.
What?
I'm going to show them what's to come.
That won't be good.
Well, you can, but I can help you.
This is...
Is everything in those cubes good?
yeah.
But is
That's
there...
flour stuff.
Yeah, but there has to be a way to get rid of all that crap sitting on top of it.
Well, we just need to
Organize. You need some organization in your life. The little turntable's cute.
No matter what I do, I'm still gonna be dreaming of you.
I said this a while back in my videos, but I know I've got a lot of new subscribers that probably don't know. But my grandparents, growing up, they always had their own business. They had a gas station, they had a putt-putt place, a florist, a deli. They always had their own business. So my mom did the florist part. So she's always worked with flowers. She does such a good job. But when they closed the flower shop up, my mom just continued to do it from home for customers, like people that she knew that wanted flowers. So she sells so many of those, and a lot of all of that was in those cubes is flowers, and it's, you know, supplies that she works with. But clearly there's a better way to organize all that. So usually her dining room table, you know, she's been sick, she's had knee replacement and a heart attack, but normally her dining room table looks like a florist. It's like a workshop for her. So we need to get in there and organize all of that. She insists that I take money for buying all of the decluttering things and for helping her out and all that stuff. Gas, running her to the doctor and back. And I have fought with them about not taking the money, but they insisted. So I'll just turn right around and buy some more decluttering things for her house with that. So that's what the money exchange was there. But I did get a new steam mop. I got the Sharksteamandscrub. I had seen that on Jessie Christine's channel, and I was like, that is so cool. So I got this one. This one was $119. They have a better one, like the next model up is, I'm thinking it's $150-ish, but it has lights on the front and it has a heavy scrub mode. This one just has a light and a normal, and honestly, I can't imagine needing any more than the normal because it works so good. You just add water and then it takes 30 seconds to heat up and it cleans so good. And when I'm telling you it made a world of difference, it did. And you wouldn't think just water would do that because there's no cleaner, but after I did these floors, and even at my house later you'll see, but after I did these floors, they were so clean and it worked so good. And when they dry and you walk on it, you can just tell it's clean, like nothing on it, no residue from cleaners, anything like that. They are just so good and clean. And with the steam, it says it kills like 99% of all bacteria and all that stuff. So that's awesome, especially with pets walking around my house all the time. You know, there's no telling what's tracked all over my floors. So I thought this was perfect and I love it. And it spins, so it's kind of like self-propelled a little bit. So it's not hard to push it. It just glides. It almost goes on its own, but it is so cool.
We don't need someone to feel alright. Let's do the streets on Monday. Let's call your exes and tell them they can join us too. Why always worry about money when you can get rich by trying to see the upside? We don't need someone to feel alright. Let's do the streets on Monday. Let's call your exes.
This video is kind of all over the place, and that's how my brain works. That's how I work. So I jumped from my mom's house to my house, like it was getting late in the afternoon. The kids would be home from school soon. So I wanted to jump over to my house, and I had some groceries. I'd ran to the grocery store for mom, so I went and got some groceries, so I needed to put it up. Well, my refrigerator was a disaster. It's not been just completely wiped down, I don't think, since we've even bought it, and that's been several months. So you'll see that I just needed to clean it. I'm bad about not getting a whole week's worth of groceries. I'll just go to the grocery store and grab what I need for that night and maybe for lunches for the next day or something. And I'll walk out of the grocery store spending like $50 or $60. So I am going to meal plan. You'll see that I got a little meal planner, and it's got a little grocery list on the side that you can tear off and take with you what you need as you're making your meal plan. So you'll see that at the end of the video. But I want to try to meal plan because I think if I can get at least 4 or 5 days worth of stuff, then I'm not going to be in the store buying things I don't need or just seeing something and grabbing it because it's new or the kids want it or whatever. But I think I'll save a lot of money by doing that. We have a small grocery store next town over, and it's called Holt's, and it's an IGA. It's just a little grocery store, but they had their ground beef on sale for $2.98 a pound. So I bought, I think, 4 packs of that, but it was just like $8 for a pretty good sized pack. So I wanted to get some of that because I ran in Food City the other night. I was making tacos and I was on my way home from the doctor with mom, and I needed a pack of hamburger meat for tacos. So I ran in there and they only had 3 packs, and one pack about that size that I just bought was $19. The other pack was $21. The other pack was $24. So I paid $20 for a pack of hamburger meat, and I was like, I'm not doing that again. I only wanted to do that because I didn't want to stop anywhere else, so I guess it was kind of my own fault. But anyway, stocked up on some ground beef because I will not be paying $20 for another pack again. That was ridiculous. I had made Salisbury steak on this day, and it is so good. And if you don't like mushrooms, you can leave that out, or if you don't like onions, but you just make your hamburger patties, and I make them pretty big and thick because they do kind of shrink up. But I just sear the outside of them and get a crust on them, and then I put them in the crock pot. You put 2 packs of the Lipton beefy onion, I think it is, 2 jars of the savory beef gravy that's already made in the glass jars, 2 of that, and then half of a container of beef broth. And then I add onions and mushrooms. Like I said, you can leave that out, but it's so good. So you'll have to try that sometime. I put that on low for like 6 or 8 hours, and it was so good. Honestly, the longer they cook, the more of the gravy and the spices and the juice that those hamburger patties soak up. You've got to try that. But I wanted to go through my cabinets. I still had a couple of cabinets that I wanted to go through. I knew we had some old food in there, so I wanted to get this kitchen cleaned up first. When I pulled this dishwasher open, the dishes were dirty that were in it, and it was already almost full, and I was like, no. So I crammed as many dishes as I could get in there with the little thing that it was able to spin. And honestly, I'm not the greatest at loading a dishwasher. I mean, if it fits, it ships. I'll throw it in there, and if that little thing can spin around, then it's good. I'll throw a dishwasher pot in there and hope for the best. And everything but 2 dishes came clean, so I'll call that a win. And I did end up having to hand wash some of those as well.
Figured it's not on me, yeah. The way you're making me shiver, your hands on myself, I keep pulling the trigger, alright. This rare finger for people like them, oh no. Well, darling, on my mind, I'm feeling so fly up in the zone now. I'm like a golden crown, whirling high up in the sky, oh. It's the way you make me feel so good right now. It's the way you make me feel so good, oh. For people like them, we don't care much for people like them. But darling, on my mind, I'm feeling so fly up in the zone now. I'm like a golden crown, whirling high up in the sky, oh. It's the way you make me feel so good right now. It's the way you make me feel so good, oh.
As you can tell by the look on her face, Allison was not thrilled with supper tonight. If it's not chicken, it's not good to her. So, you know, I don't fix 4 or 5 meals for everybody else. I'll fix supper, and if you don't like it or prefer something else, then she can throw some popcorn chicken or something like that in the air fryer. That's just her options. I'm not a short order cook, and I'm not gonna be cooking 3 different things for everybody. I try to cook what I know everybody will eat, but you know, that's impossible every night. So I think she threw some popcorn chicken and some fries in the air fryer, and that's what she had. I wanted to vacuum these floors, so I went around the baseboards with the little crevice tool because I know we have like cat litter and things like that that get up under the baseboards kind of and around the cabinets. So I went ahead and vacuumed this floor up, so that I could steam mop it. And then you'll see I get distracted. Mom's spice containers came, so I wanted to take those out there and open them because I was so excited to see what they look like and what they would look like when they were done. So in just a minute, you'll see that I start on my cabinets, but then I hop back over to Mom's house.
Now I'm lonely and it kills me. Can you hear me, babe? I'm lonely. I know you don't wanna talk, but just pick up the phone. We could go for a walk, talk about the things we know. Why don't you come sit next to me? Let things happen naturally, like it used to be. I don't wanna go and waste another day, mess it up again, lost in my way. I'll be the one to have the highest price to pay. If I make it home tonight, may I hold you one last time? Let me hold you one last time. What if it's too late for me now? What if you're gone to someone else, so we can never be the same? How can I make up for my sins? Now I'm lonely and it kills me. May I hold you one last time? Let me hold you one last time. What if it's too late for me now? What if you're gone to someone else, so we can never be the same? How can I make up for my sins? Now I'm lonely and it kills me. Can you hear? You better turn up. You better be there when I shake. Watch me rockin' if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my tune. Choo-ah. Ooh, I love it. Crank it up, yeah. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up.
Well, I need a knife or something.
Bill, I done what I could.
Is it 20?
Yeah.
What you got there?
Heather ordered me some things to put my spices in.
And then the lids.
It's
Yeah.
got
Yeah, it's like,
a label in.
see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you write on there with. I guess the
Chalk, or I will probably print something with your Cricut.
I'm getting chills when they tell me you're not sure.
As I was editing this video, Kennedy yelled at us. She had took Flash out to potty and she yelled at us to come look at the rainbow. And it was so pretty. It was a double rainbow. You could see both ends of it. And one end actually, and it looks like it was sitting in my mom's front yard. So I text my mom. I'll insert a picture here. I text mom and I was like, go outside and see if there's a pot of gold in your front yard, because this rainbow lands right in your front yard from where my house is. My house is kind of on a hill and her house is too, so I can see her front yard from my front porch and my back porch. Anyway, she texts back and she was like, no such luck. So I guess we're all going to work tomorrow. But anyway, I was working on these spices. We got 20 of these and it did come with 20. And it came with labels, and I actually came with a chalk pen as well. But we got 20 of these from Amazon for $17.99. I'll link those down below. I'll link that steam mop down below too, in case you all are wanting one of those or wanting to look at it. But I was so excited to get these labels on. So I just went through her cabinet and I made a list on my phone of what she had. and what she had the most of, because she has more than 20 spices in her cabinet, obviously. But this is a cricketjoy, and you just use it from your phone. Your phone connects to it. So I just made a list, and I measured out what size I wanted, and then hit go, and it printed these labels. So then you put some transfer tape on the front of it. It pulls your letters up, and then you can put your letters back down on the label, and then pull the clear tape off top of the letters, and then your label's good to go. So it is time consuming, and it is tedious, but it was well worth it because it looked so good in the end.
Whatever we will miss, got nothing to prove. But in the dark, I'm starting to. Whatever they call us, whatever they'll do, we run it together. I'll be here for you. Whatever we will miss, we find something new. But in the dark, I'm starting to. I'm missing what's you. You say you're tired, you don't wanna fight, but I've been wondering if everything's alright. You say you love me, and that's all fine, but it's like I'm missing the passion in your eyes. Am I right? I ain't gonna let it get to me. I will keep it straight, won't make a scene, keep it clean. So just tell me where this goes. Now can you tell me if we're just killing time? Just tell me what you're thinking of. Don't feel right, it's like I want us to go on, but not if we are done. Baby, oh, we're killing time. Maybe you're trying to be nice. Maybe you got something to hide, but so much better if I knew. We're killing time. We're killing time. Do you think I'm fragile? Can't take a blow? Then let me tell ya, got better things on hold. And in conclusion, if it ain't to be, don't spend a minute worrying about me. I'll be pleased. I ain't gonna let it get to me. I will keep it straight, won't make a scene, keep it clean. So just tell me where this goes. Now can you tell me?
We had ran to Hobby Lobby and to Walmart. I wanted to get a few of these labels like this that were black, but a little bit bigger for the words that were going to be longer. So we found some of those at Hobby Lobby, got those. We bought some vinyl for the Cricut, and then I bought this little sign to go in my house. You'll see that in a few minutes. Got a little tassel on the end of it. It was super cute. And then I bought a little easel for my mom for the kitchen. It's little and it's so cute, and it's like a chalkboard on one side, a whiteboard on the other. And then I made a little something with the Cricut to go on that. I was just kind of showing her that you can do anything with it. You know, different things. You can make signs, you can make labels. She's never used one, but I was just kind of showing her how it works and giving her an idea of how neat it is and what you can do with it. So on my little sign, I put "I'm still standing." And the reason I chose that is because if I had to name my channel, I would have named it "I'm Still Standing." That's just what I say all the time. We've been through so much adversity over the past year and a half And I've seen my kids hurt so bad that they couldn't stand it. I've hurt so bad that I couldn't stand it. We've been through so much. And I've told the kids, you have to trust God's plan. He has a plan. Nothing can touch us that doesn't go through his hands first. He'll take care of us. If he brought us to it, he'll bring us through it. And he's good, and you have to trust him. And that's what they did. And at the end of the day, I've looked my kids in the eye before and I've said, you know what? We're still standing. I'm still standing. There's been so much that's been thrown our way. There's been so much that's been done to us to deliberately hurt us. And at the end of the day, we're still standing. So that's all that matters. Also, there's been so many relationships that I've had, even with family members. I had written them off. I was like, I'll never forgive them. I'll never have another thing to do with them. You know, I was bitter and I was hurt. And I had several people, including a couple of family members, that have came to me and Heather and apologized for things they had said. And that meant so much to me. And it was just like beforehand, I said I would never have anything to do with them. I'd never forgive them. I was done. But then as soon as they apologize, it's like the Lord tugs at my heart and says, you have to forgive and you have to love. And I do love them. So, you know, I'm so glad that through everything my mom's been through, at least something good came from it, because there's been so many relationships with my family that's been mended through all of this, and that means so much to me. I'm so thankful that we can be a family again. We can be around each other again. And I think sometimes it takes something like this to show us how important we are to one another, and how time is so short, and how life can be taken in a split second and you don't have that opportunity. So I'm just so thankful for mended relationships. I'm so thankful that the Lord can restore what you think is broken and not fixable, because he can fix it. And you know, he's good all the time. He'll take care of you. He'll give you double for your trouble, and he will always turn what's meant to hurt you into something good.
Make it happen, before we know it, I'll be on my way home. Yeah, we're chillin', I just, you and I, every crazy summer night. Baby, I am coming home. I'm coming home. Longing for you, pick up the phone. Catching a flight, I'm coming home. Back to the place I've always known. Home, home. Seeing you soon, I gotta run. We're gonna have a lot of fun. It's spending this summer alone. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much?
We got my mom this cricketjoy for Christmas, and the main reason I picked this one in particular is because you can use it from your phone. So you can look up all kinds of designs or words, labels. You can make pictures, t-shirts, whatever, but you can just put what you want in your phone and you hit go and you load your paper and it prints it out. And it is so neat and so handy. So I just thought that would be convenient for her to use, and these little things turned out so cute, I think.
You're around me, but this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh, oh, nah, nah. I don't know what I could say to convince you to hang around when you don't have to. There's so much that I'm still keeping to myself, 'cause you don't listen. heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me.
I still need to label a few more things at Mom's, but I was just done. I had sat there as long as I could, and I needed to get home anyway. So I came home and wanted to finish my cabinets because I only had 2 to clean out left. So this cabinet was just full of old bread, and we had snack cakes down here, and this is where we keep our Ziploc bags and our aluminum foil and things like that. So I just wanted to get this cleaned out. Most everything was out of date as far as bread, but there was a couple of things that I kept that was still good, and I just vacuumed this out and it looks a lot neater. And of course I had Flash helping.
What's it like to be the one that he turns to when he's out of answers? What's it like to be the one that he comes to when he wants to dance? And I wonder what's that like? I have got him on my mind, but he doesn't know my name, and I'm running out of time. I wish you felt the same, and I'm acting.
Here's the little sign that I bought at Hobby Lobby, and it was $7.99 with 40 or 50% off. I can't remember. So that was super cheap to print that. And I wish I'd printed the words in a darker color so it would show up better. But you can put things on the back too. You can just flip it around and put things on the back. So I may go ahead and print something like that a little darker so it'll show up better. But I love that. I think that turned out so cute. I wouldn't care to have one in the bathroom even that says like wash, brush, flush, floss, whatever, you know, something bathroom related, but I think that would be cute in there too.
About him, I have got him on my mind, but he doesn't know my name, and I'm running out of time. I wish you felt the same, and I'm acting stupid like every day. Don't know what to do or what I should say, 'cause I have got him on my mind, but he doesn't know my name. I wanna hold his hand, 'cause I can't stop thinking about him. And would he understand if I told him how I feel about him? Oh, 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 oh. I have got him on my mind, but he doesn't know my name, and I'm running out of time. I wish you felt the same, and I'm acting stupid like every day. Don't know what to do or what I should say, 'cause I have got him on my mind, but he doesn't know my name. He doesn't know my name. Oh.
I'm somewhere in the middle, try to find myself again. But life is one big riddle of the future and what's been. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you let me go.
This part of our kitchen is where we feed the animals and where the cat litter box goes. And I know that's kind of gross being right there at the kitchen, but it's really our only option as far as where to put it in the house. So that's where that is. But I wanted to give this floor a good clean because they track in and out of that litter box and flashes in and out, and there's just always a mess in our floor. I am loving this steam mop. It was, for the price, definitely worth it. You know, for our Bissell Crosswave, I think I paid $300 or $400 for it. I mean, it was very pricey, but this was $119 at Walmart, and I just think it was so affordable to be what it is. And it cleans the floor so good. There was no streaks, and I just felt like that steam got things good and sanitized.
Remember, I was laughing in all the photos that you took, but now it looks like acting, like we were fiction in a book. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you let me go. Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night, like I'm leaving all the bad stuff and trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I move on. I got it, I gotta go, 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 running to better times. Go, 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 from my emotions I'll go, 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 running to better times, to better times, to better times, to better times.
This is our back porch, our back patio, and I love it out here, especially like the spring and fall, and even in the summer we use it a lot. Of course, we grill a lot and we have that smoker, but like when we get out of the pool and we're just sitting on the back porch when the kids are still in the pool, you can just sit on that back porch and watch them, and it's shaded, so you know you're not burning up sitting in the sun. But I love to sit out here and just kind of dry off before you go in the house and change your clothes. But this is just such a cool hangout spot for us. We have a TV that we hang out here in the summer, but we've not used this back porch in a while. You know, it's been cold and rainy, and it's just really dirty, and I need to take a water hose to it or something. The floor, I mean, it needs to be swept out and then sprayed and scrubbed down. But we have lights hanging here, so it is just so cute at night. I just wanted to show you those lights. You can see them a little bit. But we were having wings on this night, so Heather was grilling those, and then there's our pool, as you can see. But it's just so pretty out here, and I love the little window from the inside, for sure, the little breakfast nook area. But I love the windows from the outside too. I think it's so cute. The only thing I would change about this is I would love for that to be the back patio to be covered all the way to the house. That way, if it's raining, you don't have to walk out into the rain for a split second before you're under the patio. But I would change that. But other than that, I love it. It's one of my favorite parts of the house. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love how Mom's Spices turned out. I think they're so cute. And I just wanted to do a little more decluttering and start on my organization part, because we've decluttered so much, but we still need to organize so much. But you see how clean these floors are. They look so good, and they just feel so clean. You can tell there's no cleaner residue. There's nothing like that. It's just clean. And here is the little paper I found for meal prep. So you write down what you're going to have each night, and then to the side you can put what you need from the store to make that, and you can tear that side off and take that with you to the grocery store, unless you're like me and you forget it at home. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one.
What if this doesn't go as planned?